Good morning, everybody. Noodle Thumb here. Today I've got for you this gold pea. For those of you who pay attention, you might be saying, but Noodle Thumb, you already have a gold pea video on your feed a long time ago. And you would be right. Thing is, I didn't know this at the time, but while the current gold pea is rated brown belt, there was an older version, and that version is unranked, and that version is this one. So not too long after I got my purple belt, I decided I would go ahead and make a run at some brown belt locks, and I picked this one and posted on the Discord and said, is the gold pea known to be a surprisingly easy brown belt lock? And I got the response that no, in fact the gold pea is not known to be an easy brown belt lock, but that I may have the old version, which was profoundly disappointing because, I was riding pretty high, feeling like I did a pretty great thing picking a brown belt lock just after opening it and, not really struggling with it at all. So, now that I'm a black belt, I get to vote on lock rankings, and this one has almost enough to be ranked, and so I'm gonna pick it, say what I think the difficulty is, and then maybe we can get it listed, which would be cool. This will be the first lock for which I've voted on a ranking. So kind of a milestone for me in that regard. It'd be pretty cool. That, of course, is contingent on me actually picking it. So, having trouble feeling which pins are set and unset. So it's not going to be a walk in the park lock. That feels like either a spool or like I'm oversetting. We'll see. This first pin feels weird. I've got it pretty deeply set, but it doesn't feel like it's all the way set yet. But it also doesn't feel like it wants to set. So maybe I need to come back for it later. There we go. I've been picking off the wording, but maybe picking off the bottom of the QA is gonna do better for me. I think it will. Alright, let's try again. Likes, I think, to bind starting at the back. There's 6. 5. 4. 3. Might be a 0 left. Feels like it's already set. 2. And then 1 is way up there. 4, I think, is way up there too. It feels like it has to be too high. Maybe not. I just dropped stone there. Okay, 6 I think had not been set all the way. I felt like it had at first, but I don't think it was. There we go. That feels better. I think 1's got a spool. And I thought that was going to be the open there. It's hard to feel if it's all the way open or not. If 1 is all the way set, I mean. I don't know. 2 feels alright. 3 feels alright. 4. Oh, 5 might have dropped. 6 again. Did it? No. Okay. 1 dropped again. Okay. 2 feels alright. 3 is fine. 4 it dropped. 5 is fine. 6 is fine, I think. Yep, back to 1. Just ping ponging all over the place. Sounded like something dropped there. Did I drop 1 again? I bet I did. Yeah. There we go. All right. So, let's gut this and see what we've got inside. I don't actually remember what was inside this lock. We'll see. Camera set up the way I like it. Okay. Scoot the tripod away a little bit. There we go. Give myself a bit of room to work. Not much, but a bit. Did I put my gutting stuff away? I think I might have. Which would be unfortunate. All right. I shall return in a moment. Well, my usual plug follower is not in my gutting kit, which tells me it's probably floating somewhere around this counter. But I don't know where, so I'll use a different one. Let's see. A little small, but I think that's going to be the right size to use, because, yeah, well, yeah, that one's too big. I'm going to have to shove it through if I give that a try. All right. Trying to remind myself to catch the ball bearings as they come out. I've spent more time than I'd like to admit chasing ball bearings. I'd like to not do that today, so. Nope, actually doesn't have any. So that's cool. Alright, so we have just a plain plug. I'll set that aside. If I can get it to stop rolling. And let's get these drivers out, or key pins out. We've got counter milling, it looks like. Here's the clicky clacky dog. I don't know what it is about me doing gutting videos that he feels the need to start pacing. but it happens with some regularity. God, there's a tiny little key pin. Come on, little guy. Okay, so rounded key pins, not pointed. Just gonna try and get all these in grabbable positions. Yeah, 4 was another pretty high lift. All right. 2, 3, 4, 6, 5 tucked back in there. All right. So there's key pins, plain, rounded, and then feels like over milling, not counter milling. It's in decent shape. All right, let's see what's in our Bible here. It's a 3D printed follower. Is a little rough because of the ridges, so it doesn't move to and fro as smoothly as the real smooth plastic ones. So spools so far in 1, 2, 3. We do have balanced stacks. Long key pin, short driver. Whoa, there's a real short one. 6 was a low lift as well, and I don't know if it was actually a 0 lift on 3. I might have just nudged it as I moved past, but it's definitely low. Just gonna dump out the springs. Let's see. Nothing fancy about the body. Let's get a close-up of the pins here. So just 6 spools. Counter milling. Or over milling, I mean. And that is your old unranked Goal P. I think I will probably put this at green. It was really easy to drop pins when you were setting other spools. But I don't think it was quite tricky enough for blue. So I'm going to say green unless I sit down and look at my picking notes for other locks and end up voting for blue. It'll be one of those two though. All right, y'all have a good one.